I can definitely speak to it being strangely psychologically addictive and am, in fact, at this very time finding myself relieved that I donated a full 50 pounds tank to a party this weekend, where it was completely cached, as otherwise it would be sitting in my closet right now. Despite all my best intentions to save the stuff for when I could really use it well, as a potentiator condiment for other things, I find myself getting home from work. Let's relax with a balloon instead of a beer. Oh, that balloon was filled way too small. And oh, this is a good show on TV, must prime for the good part. And find myself an hour or so later desperately needing a nap and on the edge of being sick. Having a couple of tanks and a ready supplier out of town, I have found myself in the past spending 2-week periods as an absolute slave to the tank, on more than one occasion effectively killing a 50 pounds tank by myself. Mind you, it is fun, but puts pot to shame for amotivational potential. Occasionally before catching the train to work, I'll realize I don't need to leave the house for another 10 minutes. Look around the room. See the tank. And end up at work 1.5 hours late and not feeling quite so well. I become a good-natured but sluggish zombie and I eventually feel that it is leeching at my soul, similar, I imagine, to that alcoholism which seductively lures you back to the bottle too early in the morning for just one more. As for effect in large doses, I can vouch for that Ben's sensation. After a week or so of very heavy binging, my muscles start to ache, and climbing a flight of stairs in the morning can be excruciating. I'm no doctor, but it feels like it settles in the joints somehow. Also, after a week and a half of hitting the tank hardcore, besides just a general weakness of spirit and vague depressive lack of effect, I have a couple or 3 times started to react violently to the stuff, where even the smell of it in the room will make me physically ill. Things start to taste different, and the very thought of the stuff is extremely nauseating. Perhaps a defense mechanism? My body suddenly says enough and will not abide by it anymore. This always comes a bit as a relief, as left to my own devices, and even while detesting my taste for the stuff, I will keep on it until some sort of interference comes up, even while noting that I'm becoming depressed, unproductive and lethargic. But so yummy. Despite all this, I think I'm the only person I know directly who has had just a dense love-hate relationship with the stuff. The worst reactions outside of myself I have seen is the usual fiending, a few bouts with nausea, a very strong impulse to get more, soggy indiscretions. A friend wonders if the sort of hangover I get from Nitrous might feel similar to his pot hangovers. He's a big-time toker and I seldom touch the stuff, so I wouldn't know as far as sensation goes.